You're not going to want to miss this. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get hundreds and hundreds of people to sign up for your service or to opt in and raise their hand and say, yes, I'd be interested in getting my bathroom or kitchen remodeled. So make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to show you the best and easiest and cheapest method to do this. This is without spending money on ads. This is without some wild offer or bold claims or anything crazy. All right, it's very, very simple. I'm going to show you exactly how I've done this for other remodeling businesses to help them generate more leads for cheaper so they have more people to talk to and more people to sell to. If you like everything in the video, go ahead and subscribe. Let's get into it. All right, so to keep this very simple for you, this is Sally. All right, Sally desperately needs her bathroom remodeled. Like, it's gotta go. It's time to make a change. She doesn't realize that, or she kind of does, but she's got all sorts of other things going on in her life. All right, she got to pick up the kids from school. She kind of hates her husband. She's trying to get into better shape, but she doesn't know how to. The new Love Island is on, and she's got to watch that. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, Sally has a bunch of other stuff going on in her life, and she also wants to get her bathroom remodeled, or maybe not is aware that her bathroom needs to be remodeled. Okay, so Sally has this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing to worry about. You need to pull her attention away from all of these other things and let her know that her bathroom needs to be remodeled. Okay, that is the first step. All right. The first step is getting her to stop thinking about these things and think about the fact that your bathroom needs to get remodeled more, all right? You need to get her so interested in this concept that she actually ends up becoming a customer, and then you help her and you save the day, okay? You have to bridge the gap from here to here by putting attention on the desired state, all right? Attention needs to be on desired state. I'm gonna get to these things that I wrote up here in just a second. Sally has a bunch going on in her life. Get her to the desired state. A lot of people stay stuck trying to sell to the top part of this pyramid here. I'm not going to get into explanation, but essentially this is like the 20% of people who are into purchasing right now. This is the buyer pyramid. I hope you can see, I know there's a bit of a glare. This is the buyer pyramid. A lot of people focus on this 20%. The thing is, this 20% of people get hit with so much marketing messages for your service that they don't even want to purchase, all right? Or they're trying to figure out who to purchase from or whatever. Nobody is capturing this bottom half of the pyramid, all right? Some people are. Your competitors might be. Most people, the ones that are winning, are the ones that capture this part of the pyramid. Most people don't. They only try to go after the people that are serious about buying right now. So what we have to do is this bridge right here might take 6 months, okay? This could take 2 weeks, but I'm telling you everything in this video that we're about to do is going to be worth it because this exercise is going to help you get the 80% of people who didn't understand that it was time to buy, ready to buy and purchase now, okay? This is the brilliance of this method because the leads are cheaper down here. The leads are cheaper. The leads cost more money up here because everyone's bidding on these leads. These are cheaper. You want the cheap leads, or you want to do it for easier and get everyone to purchase, we're going to have to start at the bottom of the pyramid and capture as many people as possible. This is why I prefer Facebook ads to Google ads, because Google ads are great, but depending on your area, it might be expensive to grab those people at the top of the pyramid, and you're only going to grab those people at the top of the pyramid. So, in order to grab everybody else, we have to help them understand, I erased it already, but how we're going to get Sally from her desired state to her better state. We're going to have to actually show her how, or at least make her feel like those other X's and those problems in her life might go away if she gets her kitchen remodeled. This is a real thing that people have going on in their life. And if you're like, this is manipulation, then sales and marketing is not for you, okay? Because realistically, to grab somebody to buy your service is to pull them away from what they are currently doing to get them to purchase. It is not wrong, all right? But in some circumstances, it is necessary for people to actually work with you, and you have to put in the extra effort to pull that person in, okay? And sometimes this is absolutely necessary that you behave in this manner, all right? You're actually saving a life. This woman right here might have a lot of mold in her shower, and she might be breathing all that in and it might be messing up with her airways, and she's more irritated through the day. Her life, literally her life quality might improve if you clean her shower for her, if you get her a new shower and she stops breathing in all that mold all the time. Okay, so understand, you're gonna have to do these things to get people to purchase your service. That's why some people don't like sales and marketing, and if you don't, I get it, all right? But if you don't wanna be poor, that's what all this is about. So, this right here is the 4 questions we're gonna be asking. We're coming up with a lead magnet. Essentially, we are giving somebody, if you go out to like one of those, what are those things called? It's not a cafeteria, food court. If you go to a food court, they have those like free samples. You see those people walking around, free sample, free sample, free sample. You try the free sample, you like the free sample, and then you decide to get the full thing, okay? Why we do this in remodeling? Once again, we're pulling the people from the bottom of the pyramid. We want to grab as many people as possible so we can continue to get our marketing message out to them so that they know who we are and they want to purchase. Moreover, these actually become the easiest sales at the end because you don't have to convince them as hard because you showed them that you had the fix of the solution, or your free thing gave them a fix to their solution or to their problem. And so that is why people tend to work with you. I've had this happen to me before. I've given out something for free. Years later or months later or even days later, somebody came back and said, you know what, I'm actually gonna work with you, and ended up becoming a really good client of mine that I still have around. In fact, I still have some clients that work with me because I gave them something for free or something for very cheap starting out. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about some of the things that these people really, truly want. All right, so a couple of desires that homeowners have. All right, so 3 examples of what your homeowner or what your target audience might want. They might want to save money, they might want to be socially accepted, and they might want to protect their family. These are 3 things that I thought of off the top of my head, okay? There are other things that people want too, all right? They want to feel more successful, they want to be in better shape, they want to enjoy more life, have more energy, avoid pain, get comfort. Like there's plenty of things that people want. You have to actually ask yourself, what do these people want deep down inside? Okay, not they want a new bathroom. And I think a lot of people make this mistake when they're trying to come up with their own advertising or offer or do anything to bring in more clients, is that the first thing people like to do is shout from the rooftops, hey, I offer this service. Are you interested in purchasing? When in reality, it's not about the service you offer, it's about what you can provide to the other person. I'm gonna actually write this down at the top here. They do not care about you. They want the solution to their problem, okay? They want the solution. This is why you deliver the solution, all right? In fact, I actually have a video about copywriting that talks specifically about not using words like us or we or I, because when you talk about us, we, I, and our, what you're basically talking about is you. Nobody wants to hear about you. They want to talk about them, the things that will help them have a better life, them find a solution to whatever agonizing pain that they have, okay? So you need to ask yourself, what do these people want, all right? And if this helps you out a little bit more, think about things that you want. What are some of your darkest desires and things that you would really, really, truly want? Like, think about your wife's desires or, I don't know, your husband's desires, depending on who's watching this. I mean, think about people's desires. I mean, you can go ask ChatGPT, what do people desire? And you'll probably get a big list of things that people desire along this same thing. Save money, make money, be in better shape, have better health, live longer. Like those kind of things are what people want. The next thing we're going to do is immediately find problems that they are aware of. Okay, so if somebody wants to save money, what's a problem they're aware of? Well, they could be aware of issues that they have inside of their home, like things that could be wasting them money inside of their home. Okay, so let's just say like things wasting money. You always know those people that walk around, they're like, turn all the lights off. I don't know if you had it like that when you were younger, but when I was younger, my parents were always, turn the lights off, turn the AC off before you leave the house, like turn the fan off, turn off all electronics, that kind of person, all right? So things that waste money in the house. So they're aware that there are things in their house that waste money, all right? So you can make a lead magnet, and this could be like a blog post, right? Sorry, I kind of wiped through these letters, but lead magnet. And essentially, it could be 27 things in-house that waste money, all right? So essentially, you were telling this person, hey, here are some things in your house that are wasting some money. You can do this with maybe like a blog post on your website, or you can send this out to, I don't know, whatever Facebook groups you're in, or your little neighborhood watch app, or whatever it is, wherever you want to let people know. You can say, hey, I have this thing of a bunch of people that are wasting money in their house. And you can have a picture of like a leaky faucet and talk about, the faucet leaking money. All right, you can rephrase this to say something else. Say, I don't know, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, so it'd be like 27, or this one thing right here in Nashville is causing homeowners to lose thousands of dollars, and you could be losing it too, right? Then you go into detail explaining the things that could help them that they're losing money on in their house. One of those things could be leaky faucet in the kitchen, or the value of their home is actually lowered because they still have like a very outdated kitchen. You can talk about those kind of things and get them thinking about making those changes. Now, the delivery format would essentially be like, this would be either like a newsletter. You could do a newsletter here to your current audience, like via email. So if you have a list of people you're already talking to, you could send out a newsletter to them. You can make a YouTube video and put it online for people to see. People can check it out. You can make a post on Facebook. So you can make like a Facebook group post, or you can do it on just a regular post on your regular channel where people, see your stuff. You can even go on the news. This is something that I see a lot of contractors do. They'll try to get a news time, in their local news and talk about this kind of stuff. You can come together with a list of things that people are wasting money on in their kitchen or bathroom. Go to your local news channel. Hey, can I do a segment on this because this might be helpful to people in the area? You talk about the thing, and then all of a sudden, everyone sees you as an authority, because that's what you're doing here is you're gathering authority and it reaches out to you. And I'm going to show you how to deliver this actually here in just a second once we're kind of done with this part. So social acceptance, right? They want their family to like them more. Or family, how about this? Because the problem is family coming for holiday. It's pretty much 4th of July. So we're just going to say that people are coming for 4th of July. Whatever holiday it is, it doesn't matter, okay? But let's be honest here. The in-laws are coming over. Maybe the in-laws aren't even the biggest fan of you, but you know what? They're coming over to spend their first Christmas in the house, all right? Maybe not the first Christmas. Maybe they've been over before. Regardless, you want the house to look better for when they come over. All right, so something for this might be, 9 things guests notice when walking into your home. Notice how I'm using numbers too. You don't have to do that, but I'm just saying like this is an example. You can use numbers to say like, hey, these are some things that guests notice when they're coming into your home. All right. We're writing headlines here, and I can make a whole other video on headlines if you want me to. I'll probably put it in the description, or I might make it. Honestly, I don't have a video about headlines, so I'm not going to put it up here, but one day you'll see a video about headlines on my channel. All right. But that's what you do here. You make a headline. All right, and then you can deliver this same kind of situation. You can make you can add something into your Facebook group. You can send this out to all your friends. You can go on the news and talk about it. You can go on TikTok and talk about it. All right, this actually would go viral on TikTok. All right, guaranteed. I'd put money into it. All the moms in your town are gonna fucking watch this video. All right, they're gonna watch it. You put this on TikTok and Instagram. Here are 9 things that guests notice when they come over to your home. Oh, and by the way, something else that they notice too is that you have outdated cabinets. Even if you're wrong, who cares? They're still gonna be like, oh, my cabinets are outdated. And then you get their information, all right? You find a way to get their information from here, all right? And once again, I'm gonna show you how to get their information once we're done with this. Protect the family, let's go over the last one. Immediate problem that the family, or that they might be aware of is mold. So, or kids sick, right? Basically, same thing here. Is your kid sick? Here are 5 reasons why, or 5 reasons to prevent it. You have mold in your shower. Cool. Let's get a move on, purchase our service. All right. You can use one of these same things that we talked about up here. You can try literally everything. There are ways to get people to understand and hear this concept. Okay. So you have to find ways to actually deliver these lead magnets. All right. I would just go online. And here's the thing. What you're doing is I would try a bunch of different things. I wouldn't try what I talked about here. All right, I'd go find your own method. You know your audience better than I do. All right, you know your town better than I do. What I would do is I would do this exercise on my own, come up with a bunch of different lead magnets, and then what I would do is I would go on Instagram and TikTok and I would talk about these points that I tried to make and see what gets the most engagement, see where people are the most interested. Once I found out that people were the most interested in, say, this save money lead magnet, I would know, okay, this is the direction I need to be going. Okay, this is the direction I need to head because 80% of the people that are clicking on my thing are all trying to save money. So we need to figure out how to get them to save more money. Also, by the way, this is something you need to make very, very careful, very clear early. Be careful of this. Is also, quick thing, be very careful. Pay attention to your audience and the people you're talking to. If every single person you talk to just seems to not have any money and they're poor and they don't really seem to care about life, because you know how there's people like that that just genuinely don't care about anything, and they're not your target audience. They don't have the bigger properties that you can work on. Do not have those people in your funnel. Okay, so find a way, like maybe social acceptance might be better. So like if you talk to enough of these people and everybody's just trying to save $1, you probably don't want to work with those people. You need to find people that are have other desires that aren't just to, I'm not saying that saving money is a bad thing, but I'm also saying that you just need to be very, very careful of the audience that you're talking to. So over some time, you'll start to see who that audience is, and then you can start pushing more and more to that audience. And if you start to see that people are raising their hand and they're interested in purchasing your lead magnet or purchasing your service, that's when it's time to start running ads on Facebook. And if you don't know where to get started with that, I have 25 Facebook ads that kitchen and bathroom remodelers are using to close $30,000 to $50,000 projects. It's the first link in the description. Click the first link in the description and you can get access to that right now. Now, the next thing you need to understand is how we're going to be delivering this. So say you make a post talking about one of the things we just talked about. So this is your Instagram post and this is you and you're like, hey everybody, this is how you can, or 9 things that guests notice whenever they walk into the home. So from here, what you'd do is you would get the people some kind of way by saying it in the video. You would say something along the lines of DM me the word this or comment the word that, and I can send it over to you, and you can use a software like ManyChats to actually automate that process for you. Or if you have some form of landing page that you can send people to, you can say, hey, go check out this page and for more information on how to get access to the real lead magnet. So basically in this video right here, you might want to give 3 of 9. You want to give 3 of the 9 things and then say, hey, if you want to know the other 9 things, you give the juicy ones here. You say, if you want to know the other 9 things, DM me the word this and I'll send you the full YouTube video breakdown on how it works. So they DM you that, right? And now they DM you and you ask them to follow you. And then you ask them for their email so you can send them the information yourself. They do that, and you can ask them to share the video as well with their friends. You can ask them to do a lot of stuff. All right, when people are seriously interested in whatever you're asking or whatever you have, you can ask them to do a lot of shit before they're like, I'm not going to do that for this thing. All right? You can ask them to do something else. You can send them to a landing page that basically we're trying to push them to do an action. And this right here, we're looking for contact info. Okay? Even if they just follow you, that's completely fine. You now have someone who's interested in your service who's ready to fucking talk to you. We do all this, and then we immediately try to sell them the bigger thing. Okay? So we sell remodel right here. Now, most people, what they do is they'll skip over this step and they'll go here and then they'll just deliver the lead magnet. So they'll deliver the lead magnet to the person and then they'll try to sell. Or they won't try to sell at all and they'll half-ass it. You need to understand that it does not matter. You sell the remodel right here. Okay? Because some of these people are ready to have a conversation. I would argue that of that 80% of people that you're going to get, at least 20% of them will have this conversation with you. If you can get 20% of that 80% of people that no one's talking to have a conversation with you, you can sell more stuff. And here's the ultimate truth about all this. If you can just find things that make people interested in working with you, you can just find things that people find and say, I really want that, and be willing to have a conversation with you or sit down with you or have you come over to their house and look at their bathroom or kitchen, the more you can get that, the closer you will get to growing the business bigger. I think a lot of guys try to look for, like I said, that top 3 to 20% of people that are just actively buying today. And it's like, that's cool, but you don't understand how many people you're missing out on, how much of the market is not even getting talked to, having a conversation with, that you are missing because of not doing simple things like giving them something for free that is so valuable to where they would then stop and say, okay, actually, you know what? I want to work with this person. Let me get in touch with them. I'm going to start working with them because their free stuff was so great. Their paid stuff has to be even better. Now, if you want to find an easier way to contact all of these people and have real conversations with them without wasting your time or without posting all over TikTok and Instagram, watch this video right here.